Good morning. We're going off the typical route again today. As I usually do my videos in the afternoon and one a day, I am going to give you a little bit more today. Full disclosure, I'm unashamedly, proudly bipolar because that's just who I am and who God made me to be. So sometimes I wake up at this time of night and I can't go back to sleep. So I figure why not do something productive, like give you guys a great update. So that's that. I would like to do an update on whatever I can get my hands on at this time of morning because my creative juices are flowing very strongly at 3 a.m. Ironically, I think Rumi said he was a poet in a while ago. He said, if you ever wake up at 3 a.m., don't go back to sleep because the morning breeze has secrets to tell you. I learned that from Wayne Dyer, who's the father of inspiration, many have termed him as. I love him. A beautiful soul who passed away in 2015. Anyways, let's get to our update. So we're just going to review in this update because, again, this is an extra bonus. So let's just go over some things we already know to be true. August, September, October. Here's our sea surface temps anomalies. Again, we get that El Nino, just distinct, intense, expansive. We go to September, October, November, my favorite months of the year. There's something about fall, guys, that I really think is special. I told you this story yesterday, but I'll say it again because I love it. Sometimes in the fall, especially towards Octoberish, even early Novemberish, I will wake up like at 5 a.m. or earlier and I'll go out in the hot tub, and that's just my meditation, so to speak. Being out there in the morning, no one's up, it's dark, it's morning, it's not like nighttime, so that's weird if you were to do that, in my opinion. But yeah, I go out in the hot tub and I'm like, wow, it's still dark, at 4 a.m. It's always dark, but you know what I mean? And I know it's going to be dark until like 8 a.m. In other words, winter's a coming. You just get that, ultimately, just without all the hubbub and fluff, you get that winter feeling that you're about to transition into winter. So, anyways, here's September, October, November, those months of beautiful fall-like weather that El Nino strengthens and broadens and heads westward. December through February, take a close look. It becomes very organized into an El Nino classic. That is El Nino, and it does look Mordecai. Without even checking the charts, that's more of a Mordecai than the last Jamstack run from June was showing and saying. So that makes sense as to why it's predicting. And if I get cut off, I apologize. I might just use this video however raw, filtered, or uncut, or cut it gets, so to speak, pun intended there. So anyways, December through February temps, it looks cold in anywhere from Texas to east to Florida, north to Washington D.C., west to Iowa, and again back south to Texas. A very, very big area of cold temperatures there. Taking a look at our precip for winter, I have a strong feeling that this subtropical jet's gonna rock our nation because, again, it's with the intensity of the El Nino and the cold temps, it's gonna produce a massive energetic MJO pulsed subtropical jet, meaning it's gonna be a wild pattern in the south, probably north too. Because don't be tricked by just saying, oh, well, we only have green in the southern part of the USA. It's going to get all over the place just because this is our relative to average scale. You're going to get it all over. I expect the Midwest. Here's my newest insight. Midwest will be a hot spot this year for snow and cold. But again, my original hot spot was the Northeast because of the subjet. And I think we will still get a northeastern winter this year with our nor'easter storm track. Number two, right behind that, following that, is the Midwest, possible in Great Lakes, and Northern Plains. I think you're going to get a ton of storms that are going to uppercut your Panhandle lows, your Miller A and B type systems. I think the Midwest will be a very cold, snowy, hot spot zone this year. Maybe blizzard spot, but blizzard's such a weird term nowadays because I don't know how it used to be, and I'm only 31, but maybe 50 years ago was different in the 70s when you had a bunch of snow. But a blizzard nowadays, they put a warning out if you get an inch of snow and it's just, 50-mile-per-hour wind for the whole day. And I don't like that. That's too dry of a snow event for me to like or to call it blizzard, let alone like. So I digress. Let's go to our Canadian model, and we're going to go to our weatherbell.com site and go to our CANCYPS just for a review. Okay, seasonal air temperature anomalies. Going to skip the summer into fall. And this is important as we head into November, December, and January. Gets colder, fall or late fall into early winter. Intensifies into December and January and February. And then as we head into January and February and March, the later parts of winter, it's still cold. Now let's take a look at precip for these same time frames, periods. We're going to take a look at our seasonal precip. Again, we're going to go backward because we just went forward for the temps. So here's a precip for November, December, and January. Again, subtropical jet. So they're catching on to something, those models, and I am too because I have an instinct on them. Anyways, November, December, and January, very active subtropical jet for the entire southern part of the USA. We skip to fast forward to December and January and February. And again, just like I said, I got this intuition, man, when it comes to this weather stuff. And I boast in it because it's a gift. And I told you guys about that yesterday. It's all about the intuition with forecasting. It's not all about the models. It's mostly about intuition. I digress. So anyways, like I said, the Midwest, I think, will be a hotspot for snow this winter, second to the Northeast. So again, you see that precip heading towards the Midwest, and we got cold there. We already saw the cold temps there. So we have precip and cold temps. This spells out snow for me, a snowy and cold zone hotspot, if you will. Now we go to this January, February, March, the later part of winter. And like I say, as if I have a crystal ball, and I'm God controlling the weather. I'm not trying to be pompous. I know I'm not God, so you don't have to like chastise me in your mind for that, saying I'm some crazy person, but you know what I mean. But the point is, I said yesterday this would be a coast-to-coast winter, and I just have such a good feelings about these things. It's my talent given to me by God. But anyways, this is coast-to-coast precip. We have coast-to-coast cold nearly in this model. Sorry about you guys in the Northwest. We'll try to change that up for you a little bit, but I'm seeing so much similarities in these models that are starting to align. Let's take a look at our two more models. We're going to do our CFSV2 seasonal, then our ECM WF seasonal, which is our European model. So I don't know how much time I have, but let's do our seasonal temperature anomalies. So again, temperatures, unfortunately, we can't do this model because it does not go out to winter. It only goes out to October. So we will skip that. We will also go now to the European model. We're going to go to our temperature seasonal, and we're going to check this out because, again, balance is key. We don't all want to lean into the cold models when we have some opposition in the warmth of the model. So again, here's November, December, January, late fall into early winter. It's a warm look, but it's kind of getting towards a colder look. We take a look at precip for this time, and let's take a look at our seasonal. Again, you can see the subtropical jet in every single model, the Jamstack, the CANCYPS, and the European. So there's this incredible alignment with the modeling this year long range. It's very incredible. I do wonder what the AI models are doing, but I'm not going to get into too much of that. And I'm going to check my time, so give me one break before I get back to the update. because I think I'm running low on time. I have 10 minutes.